Hello, and welcome back to Reality Binge. What are you eating? It's a question we tend to ask ourselves more often these days. With the growing number of people suffering from food sensitivities, it is no surprise that so many of us are asking what foods might be causing our symptoms and how to go about determining which ones they are. In this video, we will discuss 7 facts or myths about food sensitivities and the test kits that are publicly available to see what kinds of foods may be affecting your health. Before we do, hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any other amazing videos. Number 7. Fact or myth? People with food sensitivities can't eat certain foods without incurring negative effects. Fact. Some symptoms may occur after eating specific types of foods that cause allergies, such as dairy products, gluten-based grains, soybeans and peanuts. It's important to know what they are so one can avoid them when possible and adjust their diet accordingly. Number 6. Fact or myth? If you are allergic to certain foods, it means they are bad and should be avoided. Myth. The most important thing for someone with a food sensitivity is to find out what they are allergic or intolerant to so they can make informed decisions about their diet. Avoiding the food that causes an adverse reaction won't cure it, and may lead to other health problems due to lack of nutrients in the person's regular diet. Number 5. Fact or myth? My oldest child is allergic to eggs. I should avoid giving eggs to my second child. Myth. It is not necessarily safe to assume that your child will have the same diet restrictions as another. There are many children who are allergic or sensitive to eggs, and others who can eat them with no problem whatsoever. Medical experts suggest that when giving new foods to a child that you are concerned may have an adverse effect on them, try only feeding them a few bites, and then waiting 20 minutes to see if they have an allergic reaction like hives, rashes or redness and irritation around the mouth. Number 4. Fact or myth? The most common foods that cause an allergic reaction for people with food sensitivities are milk, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, wheat, soy, fish and shellfish. Fact. These 8 types of foods account for 90% of all reported food reactions according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. This is why they are called the Big 8. Some allergies can be severe enough to result in anaphylactic shock or death, which is why it's so important not to take these risks lightly. However, a lot of allergic reactions are minor and mainly shown through hives, rashes, itchy throat and redness around the mouth. Fact or myth? Gluten is bad for you. Myth. Gluten isn't bad for everyone, only people who have celiac disease need avoid all things containing wheat, rye, and barley. For most people, consuming these foods has no negative effects whatsoever. In fact, if you're not gluten sensitive, then it's actually good for you. Certain foods like whole grains, breads, and pasta are an excellent source of fiber. In general, the body needs a balance between sugars and protein to maintain itself. It's where they get their energy from. So don't be afraid that gluten is bad for you if you're not celiac. Try some barley or rye in your next meal. Number 2. Fact or myth? Food allergies and intolerances are not the same. Fact. Unlike food intolerances, food allergies are IgE-mediated. This means that your immune system produces an antibody called immunoglobulin E, IgE for short, when it detects a food allergen. IgE antibodies fight that enemy food by releasing histamine and other chemicals. These chemicals then trigger the symptoms of an allergic reaction. Food intolerances do not involve the immune system. And while they can cause great discomfort, they are not life-threatening. A food allergy, on the other hand, can be fatal. Number 1. Fact or myth? Food sensitivity kits are not a good way to figure out what foods you are sensitive to. Myth. In fact, doctors recommend that people use a test kit to help figure out what foods they are sensitive to. For example, the Everlywell test kit has been reviewed as the best home testing kit available. It can tell you if something as small as a crumb of peanut butter can make you sick. The downside of these kits? They are not perfect, so there may be some false positives. For example, even if your results show that milk does not cause any adverse reaction in your body, this doesn't mean that milk won't give someone else an allergic or intolerant response. But when used correctly, and with common sense, food sensitivity tests are one of the best ways to identify how certain foods affect our bodies individually. Just make sure to get a well-reviewed test kit before you try it out for yourself. To save you some time, we have provided links to a couple well-reviewed test kits in case you want to see what kinds of food you are sensitive to. And that is all for this video, guys. We hope you enjoyed watching. Please like and subscribe. And make sure to comment below and let us know what other videos you want to see. Until next time, stay safe and stay positive.